Hey Hotspotters, Rob Potty here from Photography Hotspots, and I'm back this month with another look at all the locations that were uploaded to the website back in January 2015. So yep, 2015, January, already gone. We're into February. This year is already going so fast. But again, so many fantastic photography locations were shared on Photography Hotspots throughout January. And already into February, I'm already seeing some stunning photography locations, which we'll look at in the next series of these videos. But for now, we've got 22 locations. Yep, 22 photography hotspots that were shared in January. So guys, to the community of photography hotspotters out there who use this website, who share their locations, thank you so much for that. It's fantastic, it's phenomenal, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm sure that everybody who then go and have a look at your reviews and then go off and photograph these locations also really, really enjoy it and appreciate what you're doing. Now, I say this each month, but I've got so many to get through, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. We just want to have a very, very quick look at each of them. And then if there's one in here that you see that you think, wow, I'd love to go and take photos of it, make sure to come back to photographyhotspots.com.au and check it out. You can probably do that. Easiest way, maybe just typing it in the search bar there and hitting search, and you'll go off there. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. So you can see this is Murray Sunset National Park, and it's the very first location shared on Photography Hotspots in 2015. So thank you very, very much, Mukesh. And you've given it a big 10 out of 10. Now this is down in Victoria. It's in Mildura, and reading through some of the different the content that they've left here, says the Pink Lakes. So that sounds like it's pretty cool. You can see a very nice long panorama there. I'm sure there's plenty of photos stitched together in that one. And it does look like a pretty cool sort of a desert style photography location for those people that are out Victoria way. Maybe that's one you want to check out. Again, going to be pretty quick. This one's from Western Australia. This one's from a good friend of mine who I've sort of come to know on the couple of the past photo walks. So a big shout out to Darren Kenny. Thank you very, very, very much, mate, for sharing your photography locations. I really, really appreciate it. This one's from Western Australia, which is fantastic. And as you can see, Rottnest Island, what a beautiful scene. Look at all that coral or beautiful sea. A couple of little people there to give you some sort of scale. But 10 out of 10 he's given it, so it looks like it's fantastic. So it even says a bit of a diving photography there, but he's got plenty of tips and that sort of stuff. And this looks like a really good all-round photography hotspot. So you've also got some wildlife here that you can go and take advantage of. Sorry, not take advantage of, but you know what I mean, go and photograph. So yeah, big shout out, Darren. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate you sharing your photography location. And the great thing also too is we're starting to get some from Tasmania. So a big shout out to Daniel. Daniel is also somebody I've met recently, and he's a really, really great photographer. He's down in Tasmania, has a very big following, and I really appreciate him taking the time out to share some locations on hotspots. You'll see some this month and next. But Shipsterns Bluff, so you can see this is quite a good vantage point, which shoots sort of over a really nice rock face there and out into the ocean. And or you can get down, you can see these big, massive slabs of rock that make for some great photography. So certainly if you're in Tasmania, that might be one you want to check out. And we've got the map happening there. So certainly check that out as well. And he's given a 7.5. So thank you, Daniel. And this one is shared by Michael Wignail. So thank you, Michael, for sharing. He's given an 8 out of 10, and this location is at The Rock. And I was actually amazed that there's actually a suburb called The Rock. So The Rock Natural Reserve, and as you can see, a fantastic looking vantage point. And I'm sure it's a fair walk. So it's 554 metres above sea level. And this is what I really appreciate, people going to the effort of letting people know more about these locations. Like, again, it's about a 3K walk to the top. So it's going to take you a little while. But it's a great lookout of the Riviera and out to Wagga Wagga and down towards Albury. So very, very cool. If you're going out that way, maybe you might be driving down to Melbourne or something from New South Wales. You might be able to stop through there. But it looks like a great spot. Another Michael Geddes. So thank you, Michael, for sharing this one. This one's Hawkesbury Heights Lookout, and I've been there a couple of times. Haven't yet stopped to take photos, but a very, very cool photography location in itself. And this one's taken at sunrise. So Michael's got there at sunrise, nice and early, as you can see here. And he's even giving you some tips and that sort of stuff with how he photographed it. But and again, awesome stuff. But for those in the Hawkesbury or Penrith area, you may like to check that out as well. Now, Kiama seems to be just full of fantastic photography locations. We've got a couple of them on the website already, but Anna, so hi Anna. Anna is certainly a regular contributor to Photography Hotspots, and I greatly appreciate that. Anna's given this one a 6.5 out of 10, so yeah, not great, but not bad. And you can see we've got the Kiama Blowhole and the Lighthouse. And I've seen there's actually 2 lighthouses down there, and I've seen a few photos of them both, and they look fantastic. So thank you, Anna. I think Kiama is certainly a place I'm going to be trying to get to more in 2015. Another one by Daniel, I believe. Yep, so Daniel Baxter. He has gone and photographed the Strickland Falls in South Hobart. So if you like your waterfalls and you're down in Tassie, this is certainly one to check out. Although he's only given it a 6 out of 10, so not a great rating, I guess, but you can see the photos look good enough. So maybe Daniel's just a really hard critic, or maybe Tasmania is just that beautiful that this is all it gets. In saying that, I'm going to be down in Tasmania myself in a couple of weeks' time, and I cannot wait. So this might be a location I go and check out. So big thank you, Daniel. Now this is one that's been getting lots and lots of attention by Marco. Now, Marco, I probably won't try and pronounce your last name, mate. I apologise there. But I've met Marco a few times now, again, on some of the photo walks. Really, really nice guy. And as you can see, great photographer. And even a better guy now because he's sharing these photography locations on Hotspot. So, mate, I really appreciate that. And you've been sharing a few lately. So, again, I really appreciate that. Now, this one's down in Bundeena, and it's the Wedding Cake Rock. And as you can see, it just looks like these, I guess you could say, layers of cake that are sort of maybe don't have any icing or have white icing on them. But it's just amazing what Mother Nature shows us or shares with us. And it's fantastic that people are willing to share these sorts of things on Photography Hotspots for others to go and check out as well. Because a lot of people have actually said that they weren't sure whereabouts it was and that sort of stuff. And now they can get there. So... And that's what it's all about, mate. So thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. It's even gone a bit more effort there. Sometimes the map doesn't work so well, but he's gone a bit more effort there to show you exactly where it is. So, mate, very, very big thank you. And a 7 out of 10. And I believe it's a bit of a walk too. So he does say take some water with you and your camera and enjoy. All right, this one's shared by yours truly, and this was a location that I sort of stumbled across. I have talked about it on the podcast and other places and on the Facebook page, but the Pool of Siloam in the Blue Mountains. And what is really cool about it is sharing these locations with everybody, sharing them on the podcast, sharing them on the Facebook page, sharing them on the website, and then seeing how many people actually go and photograph this location or these locations. Really, really cool stuff. I won't spend too much time on it. Very cool location. It's got this great little watering hole and waterfall. Certainly worth checking out. Mount Wellington in Fern Tree, Tasmania. So another one from Tasmania. And welcome to Rodney Turton. Hopefully I got that right, Rodney. 6 out of 10. Looks like people in Tasmania are really hard critics, but he's given it a 6 out of 10. And this one sort of encompasses a few things. So Mount Wellington, he's got the Cascade Brewery, which is there as well, and a really nice silhouette, which might be at sunrise or sunset. Let's see, we can see midday and afternoon, so maybe a sunset location. But yeah, if you're interested in more information about this one, there you go, sunset. If you're interested in more information about this, and certainly jump onto the website, Mount Wellington, for those people down in Tasmania, and grab a beverage while you're there. St Kilda Pier, this one is shared by myself. This is a fantastic sunset photography location for those people down in Melbourne. Melbourne, if you're down in Melbourne or you're going to Melbourne, there are just so many great photography locations down there that it's just mind-blowing. In fact, I've actually just done an article which is up on Hotspots, which is the 10 best or 10 great photography locations in Melbourne to check out. So certainly check that out if you're down that way. But this is an amazing photography location, 7.5 out of 10. Didn't get full marks because it's very busy with lots and lots of people, so a bit hard to get some photos, but there's a full review there, so certainly check it out if you're going down that way anytime soon. You certainly will enjoy it. All right, Halem Bay in Western Australia, and I think it's got shared twice, but by different people. So sometimes that does actually happen. It's quite coincidental, but pretty cool. This is by Greg. Greg is one of our regular contributors, which I really appreciate because he's over in Western Australia, and that means we get some great locations over there. So thank you very, very much, mate. Looks pretty cool. a bit of a structure that's been left. Back the jetty was damaged back in 1902, so it's been around a fair while, but looks like it makes for some amazing photography. Also might be worthwhile checking it out at maybe sunset if you're over that way as well. Might be some interesting photographs that you could capture at that time. But a big thank you to Greg for sharing that, mate. And he's given it a 10 out of 10, so you can see he absolutely loves it. Cape Leeuwin Lighthouse in Western Australia. This one's also shared by Greg, and he's given it a 10 out of 10 as well. So he absolutely loves this one. And as you can see, it's great to see more and more lighthouses. As photographers, we always love our lighthouses, but this one also is like the southernmost, or I'm doing the whole never eat soggy wheat picks, the southwesterly point of the mainland. So it's pretty cool. You can't take that away from it. So there it is there. Pretty cool stuff. Certainly check that one out as well. Another location in Melbourne that I've shared, so Princess Pier, loved this location. Absolutely loved it. 8.5 out of 10. I won't spend too much time on this because I do have a photography review on this, so go and check that out, video and written. So certainly go and check that out if you're interested in more about Princess Pier. Liverpool Weir by Paul H. The guy's back. He is a machine, as you all know if you've been watching these videos. So an 8 out of 10. And again, it's at Moorebank, so quite a residential area, but you've got these massive concrete piers or weir sticking out, and it looks like it's a pretty cool photography location for those people in Western Sydney. Harlem Bay, so here you go. Here's another one. This one's by Kathy, and she also loved it. She's also given it a big 10 out of 10, so thank you, Kathy. Again, Western Australia, Hamlin Bay. And she's also given us lots of great information about it. And just one photo. I think she said it was during the middle of the day, so she's made it black and white. But as you can see there, you won't regret it. So go and check that out as well. Who doesn't love Cockatoo Island? So Cockatoo Island, although 5 out of 10. So maybe Tony Jong, maybe you didn't like it so much. Maybe let us know why you only got a 5 out of 10. You've given us plenty of information there. But Tony was actually went as part of a group, from what I remember. And he went with, a group of deaf photographers. So that's awesome. Fantastic. And it looks like you had some fun. Although you were shooting with a 50mm, you said that it was a bit of a challenge. But hopefully you've got your hands on another bit of gear and are still out and about taking some photos. So thank you very much, mate, for sharing your photography location. Hickey Falls in Gowang, New South Wales. This apparently is just off one of the picnic areas along a rest area. There you go. In between Gunnedah and Dubbo. So for those people doing a bit of a road trip and maybe looking somewhere to have some lunch and take some photos, maybe this is a location that you want to check out. This was shared by Peter Foote, and he gave it a 7.5 out of 10. All right, Marco's back, and I know that him and a good friend of mine, and especially his, Den, went down to Tasmania recently, and they're both brilliant photographers. And as you can see, they've gone down and taken photos of. Look at all this lavender, absolutely beautiful. He's given it a 10 out of 10, which, as you can see, I'm certainly not going to argue with that. I'm looking forward to hopefully checking this out myself. There he is, there with I'm assuming to be his partner. But yeah, mate, thank you so much. And again, multiple locations. So I really appreciate your support. Cheers. Catherine Hill Bay Jetty. Now, if you've watched any of these before, you'll know this is one of my favourite photography locations. Absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. Haven't actually seen the water up that high before. So this is obviously right at high tide. You can see it goes all the way up. So that's pretty cool. Paul's given it a 9 out of 10, so you can see he really enjoyed it as well. And he's given it lots of great information and a couple of nice photos. So, and that's obviously taken at sunrise. So certainly a sunrise photography location, and one worth checking out if you're on the Central Coast or possibly Newcastle, but up that way anyway. Somersby Falls is certainly a Central Coast photography location, and we actually just recently did a photo walk out there, and the feedback was awesome. Everybody loved it, and you can see it's got 10 out of 10. So yeah, brilliant photography location. There are lots and lots of different waterfalls to check out. There are actually probably 4 or 5, but the best one, just to give you guys a heads up, is if you keep walking down, it'll tell you you're actually at the bottom waterfall, but you're actually not. Keep walking, follow the stream down for another 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll come across an amazing photography location or amazing waterfall that actually allows you to get inside it. And here it says that Paul didn't actually get down there, but he'll have to next time because it's a great location, although certainly one best visited in winter because it's also a very popular watering like swimming area for all the locals. So, and I certainly don't blame them. It gets warm and it looks like beautiful water. And last but not least is one shared by Marco. So Marco's done 3 in January. Thank you very much, Marco. Really appreciate that, mate. A big shout out. And Bays of Fire, like this is certainly a location that I'm going to be checking out. It's on the southeast point of Tasmania, but very, very cool, just above St. Helens. But very, very cool. And you get all these beautiful red textures in the rock and whatnot. Certainly worth checking that one out as well. And he says basically anytime, and again, 9 out of 10. So that is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much to everybody who shared their photography locations with us in January. We really appreciate it. And guys, just to finish off with, I've got my YouTube channel there, which has all the locations, all the monthly reviews up there. Also, it has all the different hotspot reviews. But I would love to know what you're thinking about these monthly hotspot reviews. If you're enjoying them, if they're helping, please leave some comments or feedback below in the notes, in the comment section. Love to hear it. And until next time, guys, happy snapping. Thanks so much. Enjoy. Cheers, Rob. Bye.
Visit photographyhotspots.com.au for more great Australian photography locations.